It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. What a snap. This is what an ace looks like.
And tagged out is Riley, a double play.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
And welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show. I'm your host, Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. But thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers get their second big road win on this 6-game road trip. They take tonight's game against the Philadelphia Phillies by a score of 8-2. A great night for the Dodgers offense and a great night for Cody Bellinger, who hits 2 home runs today. A fantastic night for Bellinger. Goes 2 for 5 with 4 RBIs against the Phillies. And how about David Price? He stepped up. How about that Dodgers bullpen? They pitched so well tonight. And you got guys like Phil Bickford, Brusdar Graterol, Blake Trine, and Edwin Uceta. Gives the Dodgers 5 scoreless innings. You had 7 punch-outs. Actually had 8 punch-outs from that Dodgers bullpen. It was the city of brotherly shove for that Dodgers pen. They got the job done, and they got another big win against this Philadelphia Phillies team that everyone said was the hottest team in baseball, that this is the team that is rising. This is the team that's going to take the NL East. But I'm telling you, it's the NL East, and that is why they were having so much success. The Dodgers exposed the Phillies in the first 2. They still have 1 more to get, and they need to find a way to get another win and keep pace with the San Francisco Giants because they continue to win games. But welcome to the show, guys. You know how we get down. Let me know where you're repping Dodgers Nation from tonight. Give me those city zip codes, area codes down below in the comment section. If you have any fire hot takes, you're going to hear this fire sound, and you know I'm going to read it. And also, let me know who you guys have as your player of the game. And yes or no, I know it's still a smaller-ish sample size, but is Cody Bellinger back? Do you love what you're seeing with Cody Bellinger? We saw him hit a home run off a 95-mile-per-hour fastball, and then today you're seeing an opposite field home run. You're seeing the deep at-bats. It's a tough out, and what's so impressive with that 13-pitch at-bat, I mean, 7 2-strike pitches. He continues to foul off pitches, and he looks for one he can drive, and he gets that big home run. Gets the Dodgers on the board first, and that was critical in this one. And Cody Bellinger, he's really gotten it done. I mean, you got to love what you're seeing from Belly. But here we go. So, love me some brotherly love from Leo ZZ Top. Okay, let's go Dodgers. Graterol looking really nice lately. Yeah, Brusdar Graterol in the month of August, 5 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. So Brusdar Graterol has definitely figured something out. You're seeing better command with Brusdar. How about Brusdar's at-bat? Just swinging at some super high cheese. Man, I'm telling you, he went to the Hobby Bias School of hitting there, but it was nice to see him do it. But, yo, D-Mac, happy Wednesday, my dude. What up, Anthony Keene? Always repping here at Dodgers Nation postgame show day 1. We got Craig Osterberg. Bellinger finally has figured it out just in time. 2 bombs. Deborah Young, masterful. We got what's up, D-Mac LFG from Cesar over on YouTube. What up, Cesar? Give me a Let's Go Dodgers. We got Belly ×2 from Mark Flores. Graterol is looking better. Belly is back. We got Fernando Tatis Jr. What's the update on my son? Okay, I don't know. I read that. Great effort by the pen. Diane Schroeder is in the house. I think the Dodgers love rain delays. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was raining winds in Philadelphia, and this one really worked to their advantage because you saw David Price was able to go back out there, and he was able to still give the Dodgers some quality innings, and he's really stepped up. Mash that like button. If you're watching the show on Twitter, be sure to retweet. If you're on YouTube, mash that like button. If you're on Facebook, be sure to share the show, and do it for David Price. He goes 4 innings tonight, gives up 2 earned runs on 5 hits, has 1 walk, 1 home run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, but really did a nice job. And you have to point out the fact that he got it back for the Dodgers. He got a run back for the Dodgers in the top of the 4th inning, that big top of the 4th inning. His first extra base hit of his career doubles David Price right there. But here, it's raining, it's pouring. That belly bomb was soaring from Patrick Gagne over on Facebook. We got Fernando. We got Tammy Trey, maybe the spark plug we needed. That's from Tammy over on Periscope. Yeah, what more can you say about Trey Turner? He's a guy where it's tough to even see what he does in the box score, really. There's so many intangibles. Just you're seeing the quality at-bats that Max Muncy is putting up in the two-hole behind Trey Turner. He's getting better pitches to hit. He's not seeing as many breaking pitches, and also he's in the pitcher's head when he's on first. And how could you not? This is a guy, 30.6 feet per second. That's his sprint speed. He's a bad man on the base pass. He's a Bugatti on the base pass. I'm telling you, and you saw yesterday the slide watched round the world. I'm telling you, he was a smooth slider raider. Just the way he gets in there, it was just so sweet. And look, let me know down below in the comments. This is an honest question for you guys. Just be honest about this. How many times have you watched Trey Turner's slide from yesterday? Let me know down below in the comment section. But yeah, the most important thing though is since Trey Turner has started, since they put him at leadoff to start. Remember, he came and he pinch hit his first game in Dodger Blue, but he started the next day, and since then, the Dodgers have not lost a game. They won 5 of their last 6. They've won 7 of their last 10. They're now 69-45. The only issue now is, can the Giants start losing some baseball games? Because, yes, they're playing the crapola. The A in Arizona stands for single A because that's the team that the D-backs are these days. They were gifted a win yesterday. But here we go. We got Craig Osterberg. Giants never lose. Perfect timing. We got Santa Barbara in the house. What up, Fletcher Hall? Give you a Let's Go Dodgers for that one. My man Eric Yulo is from the SB. Go check out his show, 3 Up, 3 Down. Shout out to Eric Yulo. Talking good at-bats and getting awarded. Yeah, lots of really quality at-bats here. We're talking guys fouling pitches off, deep in counts. And Cody Bellinger, that was his best at-bat of the season. There's no question about it. If you remember, against the Marlins, he had that 12-pitch at-bat, but that one ended up in a single. This one ended up in a belly bomb that put the Dodgers up 2-0. And like I said, it was so impressive to see what he's able to do up there on the 13th pitch of that bat. So top of the 4th inning, Seager draws a leadoff walk to start the 4th, and then Chris Taylor, he flies to center for the first out. Then the at-bat of the game, really the sequence of the game, in my opinion, because of this team is such a more dynamic team when they score first. The red record indicates that, and another example of that today. And on the 13th pitch of the at-bat, Cody Bellinger hits an opposite field home run off Kyle Gibson. He fouled off 7 pitches with 2 strikes, his 8th home run of the season, and it extended his hitting streak to 8 games, and that made it 2-0 LA. And that was big. That was big. And you're seeing, I'm really hoping this is something real, because it's one thing to see Cody Bellinger at the plate and he's running into one, and it's a 2-0 count, or he just has the green light and it's a hitter's count. And he just finds a way to hit a home run. We know that he has that kind of power, and every now and then he'll run into one, but you're seeing him really look locked in at the plate. He's really becoming a tough out, and he's fouling off pitches. He's finding those pitches that he can drive. And yesterday, we saw how pitchers like to attack Cody Bellinger. They like to attack him upstairs with that high cheddar, and you saw he caught up to a 95-mile-per-hour pitch yesterday for a dinger, and then today, an opposite field shot. That's exactly what you want to see from Cody Bellinger. He's continuing to show progress, and he's starting to see the results. To me, I think he does get enough credit for the work ethic he has. I mean, by all accounts, this is a guy that's a grinder, that likes to make adjustments, that likes to find ways to continue to get better. I mean, that's why he's always tinkering with that swing. But really, to me, it's the rhythm. It's getting that power back, and you're seeing the power back in that shoulder. And I'm very, very encouraged by what I've seen with Cody Bellinger, and I hope this is very sustainable, and that this is Cody Bellinger moving forward, because it's going to change a lot. Because if you don't have to worry about mixing things up in center field, you saw what he can do defensively. I mean, you saw what he can do defensively and how big that is for this team. And probably the best example of that was Odubel Herrera in the bottom of the 4th inning. The bat flip, I mean, just imagine if you just cut it after that bat flip. I mean, it's an epic bat flip, but the only problem is you don't bat flip like that unless it leaves the yard, and Cody Bellinger made a nice play on it, and it was a kind of an embarrassing moment there. What was your guys' reaction to Odubel Herrera's bat flip? Because it was a nice pimp job, but it only matters if it leaves the yard, and he can totally change the game defensively. You're seeing the ground he covers. Look at last night's game. How did that that end. We all talk about the slide from Trey Turner. And how about the slide from Cody Bellinger to end that game? He covers so much ground in center field. He's a Gold Glove winning outfielder. So to me, it's so valuable. And yeah, just a funny play. And sometimes he just makes it look easy. Even on the Herrera play, it is a quite cavernous outfield in Philadelphia, but he made it look relatively easy. But here we go. Pollo is still on fire. That's from Cesar. Yes, I mean, what can you say about A.J. Pollock? To me, I think that the Dodgers, they're going to need this depth. And it's not a matter of like, oh, okay, is A.J. Pollock or Chris Taylor going to platoon them in left field if you got everyone healthy in the infield? And what does that mean for Cody Bellinger? And we know what Dave Roberts said about playing him. But my man, Steven Toe, thanks, my man. Appreciate you. 15 bones, man, hooking it up. That's what's up. Appreciate you, my dude. I did not say trade Belly. He's been my favorite for a while. It's from Lauren Quintana. Moose 1032. We got, I think we're starting to see this team step up like we know they can. This team can beat anyone when they're on. No question about that one, Moose. I mean, this is how big, how much depth and how much talent this team has. When you can lose a player of Mookie Betts' caliber, lose a player of Justin Turner's caliber, and you can still plug in a guy like Corey Seager, who's also getting better and starting to find it and find his swing and get his rhythm back and be the player that we know he is. And then you see Cody Bellinger. This team has so much depth. And then on top of that, you add a Trey Turner, who in my opinion is easily a top 15 player in Major League Baseball. Then you also got guys on the bench, guys that come off like Matt Beatty, who also doesn't get talked about enough, doesn't play enough, in my opinion. Matt Beatty came in today, and he definitely played well. You saw Matt Beatty get a couple hits today, 2 for 3. So that was big, too. But man, we got Ed R. Lopez with Betts, smashing Cody, going yard. Taylor slapping here and there. Oh, yeah. I guess that's a lot to read. It's like a novel here. This is like your senior thesis. But here we go. Red beer being the beer weekend. But I'm going to read it because you're the man. And you're rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show. But wait, we have another Turner, fast as hell. What? Oh, and the new arms that stunned the fans on Mad Max's debut. Wow. Now it can bring out the old adage known as the Big Blue Wrecking Crew. Yeah, 2021, repeat back-to-back, just ahead people. That's what's up, man. I'm feeling those vibes, man. I'm feeling those vibes. Jermaine Armenta, I applaud Bellinger, not only hitting for his 2 belly bombs, but for his approach at the plate, making the pitcher work. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that same thing. Jermon, great point. Fantastic point right there is that, look, I was thinking that too. Like, hey, man, even if he strikes out here, he's making Gibson work. And that was the most important thing. But he finished things off the way we had hoped, and that is with a Bellinger home run opposite field. Got this team going. 50 at least 100. Oh, this is for how many times you've watched it. Justin Lamas only watched it one time. Man, that almost takes discipline. Daniel Pena, called it tomorrow. We getting that sweep tomorrow. Reality has hit the Phillies at least 20 times from Mark Flores. Ronnie Good at least 120 times. Jim Bishop 50 at least. Laura Quintana, I've seen it 50 times. David Chang. AJ going for the batting tiles from David Chang. Every time his slide comes up, I watch it multiple times. We got 20 from Javier. Are the Giants cheating? They don't lose. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past those Giants teams. I wouldn't put it past a team that has orange as their primary color, like the Houston Astros. So, look, I mean, there's in baseball, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. We've seen that. But I think that, look, they're a good team. They're a solid team. They're a team that can get power from a lot of different guys. I do think, look, I mean, down the stretch run, Gosman, DeSclafani haven't looked as great in the second half. Will they falter? Were their bullpen, Alvarez in the gang, will they start to falter? Well, if this Dodger team can go on a run like we saw in 2013, like we saw through parts of 2017, this is a team that has the requisite talent to go on a run that no teams in Major League Baseball has this level of depth. And it's just a matter of health, really, and the status of Mookie Betts. That's a big blow, make no question about it, especially I think one of the big things with Mookie Betts is if they're going to continue to bat Trey Turner at the leadoff spot, which I think they will, he's going to have to adjust to batting in the 3-hole. And I think that this Dodger team with him at the 3-hole is going to be even more lethal when everyone gets right. So that's kind of the big thing for me. Straight from the 760. What up, my man Larry Scott? Always hitting me up on Twitter. You know I appreciate you, my dude. Coming with those fire takes. Always bringing the heat. Anthony Keene. Trey was hitting in D.C. belongs in the big market. Yeah, I mean, look, man. You guys remember what I said? We need Dr. Trey. We need Trey Day in LA. And you're seeing he has that swagger. He has, to me, his confidence is just through the roof. And this guy knows how good he is. He puts in the work. And you're seeing there's a reason why he's second in WAR behind Fernando Tatis Jr. since the start of the 2020 season. That's because he can impact the game on so many different levels, defensively, with the bat, on the base pass. He's a true five-tool player. I'm still waiting for his first home run. My question to you, Anthony Kane, is when will that home run come? Will it be tomorrow? Because I'm calling right now. Trey Turner hits a bomb tomorrow. If he doesn't, I'll delete this from YouTube. No, I'm just playing, but I think he will. Reports of Belly's demise were greatly exaggerated. I love that one. I got to give you credit for that, though. I lost your name. Here we go. Ed Nieto over on Facebook. I love that, man. Totally. Look, man, Thursday night. Breaking news. Mets signed Josh Trash Reddick. If that doesn't tell you how trash the NL East is, they just signed Josh Reddick, the worst player. It's just it's going to be funny to see him with the New York Mets. Imagine the Dodgers had just one half of those extra innings games. Yes, it's painful. There's no question about it. They've won one extra inning game all season, 1 for 11. It's pretty bad. Bat flip out was Epic Mookie is out 10 days at least. Yeah, to me, this is going to be kind of the big, really, I think we're going to find out in the next 2 weeks or less what the status of Mookie Betts is. I don't see them messing around with this, him continuing to come back, him continuing to come back and then go back on the IL. I think they're really going to get to the bottom of it. I know they're doing additional testing on it, so we're going to find out because really you don't want to use the S word. Oh, by the way, the Dodgers are 1-12 in extra innings. Just popped in my brain. That's just bad. You're right. If they just get half of those games back, this is a different series. This is a different season, and the fact that you're 1-12 in extra innings games, it's some bad luck. It's some bad execution down the stretch. So you had bullpen pieces not executing pitches. You had a certain style in some of these big games, but we won't harp too much into it. Really, it's about just continuing to really grind through this final 48 because the Dodgers really have an opportunity. They just need to keep playing this really hot baseball because I'm telling you, look at that schedule. This is critical. I'm telling you right now, the Dodgers win tomorrow and they take care of business against the Mets. This Giants team, I don't care how lucky they've been. I don't care if they're doing some low-key cheating, which I wouldn't put it past them. I'm not suggesting that. But 9 games on the road for the Giants coming up, and they're playing some teams in the NL East, in the Mets and the Braves, and also the Oakland A's. So we'll see. I think that's going to be a big factor right there. So, and the Dodgers, I think it's going to be a big stretch. It's going to be a big stretch. Hopefully, if you guys give me an update on that Diamondbacks game, I know it was 5-2 last time I checked. Next man up mentality, you got that right. Blue Magic, Dodgers versus Braves, NLDS. I'd be okay with that matchup. I just don't want to get that wild card game. I'm telling you, anything can happen in baseball. It's very fluky. Mookie injury is concerning. I agree. Absolutely. We've seen guys go have hip surgery. Guys like Chase Utley. Guys like Buster Posey. How about the Bo Jacksons of the world? Hip injuries, they're one of the worst things you can get for a player that's as explosive as Mookie Betts, a guy that relies on his athleticism, on the way he plays, that style with the reckless abandon that he plays with. You just can't have an injury like that. And I'm just very concerned. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I hope to hear some good news about how these tests went. I'm hoping they can rehab it, and this is not going to be an issue that's just going to linger for the rest of the season and in the postseason. But I will tell you this. If there is a chance that he can get further injured, like if the option right now is just to shut him down, rehab, he can avoid surgery and be ready to go for the 2022 season, I think you have to do that for the Dodgers. I don't care what's on line this year, because if he comes back and you have that surgery, he just might not be the same player for quite some time. So it's going to be a tough decision to make. I'm hoping they get some good news. Mookie Betts, a guy that he's going to put in that work around the clock rehab-wise because he wants to get back on the field and help this team get back into first place. Haven't been to first place since April 28th. That is too long for a team with this much talent. But back to the comment section. We got, can you imagine Anthony Kane? Belly is a difference maker, potentially the most fire outfield when healthy. No question about that. Bullpen has been better lately. We need them to do amazing for the rest of the season. Edward, brother D-Mac, what's up, man? Hope all is well. Awesome win. A few questions. How serious is Mookie's injury? When will we expect Kershaw back? And will Hamels have a chance to start or relieve? Go LAD. Got the diamond. Look, we just talked about Mookie. When it comes to Kershaw, he was supposed to have that simulated pitching that simulated game last Sunday, but for him it's the soreness, and the soreness in that left arm. And Dave Roberts said a few days ago he was close to picking up a baseball and throwing again. So really, it's just kind of wait-and-see mode with him and see if he continues to make progress, if he's getting better and not worse. And to me, he's another guy that's very concerning. I mean, give this team credit, man. This team is battle. I mean, we've seen guys like Brule, guys like Connor Green, guys that, be honest, you pulled the Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy, right? But look, they're continuing to win games. Like I said, next man up mentality. And this team, I like the fight in this team. I really do. I know that injuries, off the field drama, there's been a lot of distractions this season. But look, I mean, that's still a happy dugout, and they're going with the guys that are in that lineup. I think the biggest development is Corey Seager and Cody Bellinger starting to look the part. I mean, without them really stepping up right now and just turning up, flipping that switch, I think this team would be in big trouble. But I like what I'm seeing out of them, and of course Trey Turner, the impact he's having, and you can't say enough about A.J. Pollock. What A.J. Pollock has done this season for the Dodgers, really just, I mean, he just doesn't get the credit nationally that he deserves. But this guy has really just quietly put together such a great season for L.A. You love to see it. I'm hoping that he can get it done in the postseason. But Pollo continues to get it done. I mean, in his last 11 games, he's slashing 465, 478, 651 with an 1129 OPS. He's 20 for his last 43 with a home run and 10 RBIs, just 5 strikeouts. So he is so locked in at the plate, and he just looks so comfortable and confident. And I'm telling you, man, Pollo, I just want to see him go loco in that postseason. But yeah, between him and Chris Taylor in left, I think that it's really kind of about kind of riding that hot hand. We know how great Chris Taylor's been all season long, but he's 14 for his last 48, hitting 292, a very respectable 804 OPS. So, but 15 strikeouts. And yeah, A.J. Pollock has just been the better hitter of late. So to me, I think ideally Cody Bellinger just continues to improve and he starts playing more like that 2019 Cody Bellinger, where he's just so dangerous at the plate. He's such a tough out and starts hitting with power. And then defensively, you know exactly how he gets down. He's a Gold Glove winning outfielder that changes the game. Just ask Fernando Tatis Jr., who got his lunch money stolen from him by Cody Bellinger in the NLDS last year. But we got Scherzer is set to start Sunday versus the Mets, and that's a great point, Maldonado over on Maldonado over on Facebook. Yeah, I mean, hopefully he'll be fresh. He just goes 4 innings and didn't even finish that. He didn't even finish that, so he ends up leaving the game yesterday because of that rain delay. And I'm hoping that we see a fresh fresh Max Scherzer that goes out there, and he shows it. He's looked fantastic. He was getting going. I mean, that was a pitcher's duel yesterday. They were dealing. You had Nola, you had Scherzer, and I thought it was just going to be a real tight one. The Dodgers benefited off that rain delay, kind of like the Cubs in the 2016 World Series. And yeah, he ends up going. I think he just went 3 1/3 yesterday before they had the big delay. So he should be fresh. He threw under 60 pitches. So I'm thinking that Max Scherzer is going to go out there and continue to impress in Dodger Blue. Trey Turner is a beast. Ari Swerdlow. Give me those early returns. How about this? So far with Trey Turner, give me how is the Trey Turner experience working for you? He was a viral sensation yesterday with the slide, and you saw Trey Turner is the Dodgers are 4-0 since he's entered the starting lineup. Give me one word to describe the Trey Turner experience for you so far. Pollo is locked in from Mark Flores over on YouTube. Belly hasn't had much time to actually get going from Miles England. Yeah, it's a great point. And look, if you look at this, he's really in the first couple months of his season, and then you'd go back and he's still getting really the thing that hurt, of course, the shoulder surgery we knew about. We knew about the rehab. We knew that he was unable to do his standard off-season strength conditioning. So that set him back. And then really what really hurt him was that fracture, that hairline fracture in his shin. That really changed everything because it made it impossible for him to really just get that rhythm back, get that strength back. And I think we're starting to see that Cody Bellinger is a player that you just can't write off. And it was looking dark there. It was looking dark, but he really did it. He's really starting to look better. But look, it takes more than 4 or 5 games to be back. But he's definitely on the. Anytime he hit 2 home runs on the road, and the way that he did it, high fastballs, deep at bat, deep in the count, 13 pitch at bats, fouling off 7 pitches to get to that home run, the opposite field shot. You just love what you're seeing with Cody Bellinger. He's a warrior. He's battling, and I have high hopes. I have high hopes. Sponsored by Coke. Yeah, I should get a koozie for that one, Larry Scott, because Coke ain't kicking down the post game show. But Coke, holla at your boy. Maybe this was an Atlanta Braves post game show. They would be hooking it up. Belly getting hot at the right time. Hope he stays hot. Dude, whatever happened in that encounter, how stupid can you be with people? Okay, my bad. Nice. Pacifico toast you. Yeah, toast you guys, man. Anytime you get those road wins, it never gets old. That winning Dodger feeling, you know how you feel. You know when you get that last out, how it feels. It just never gets old. Kershaw out for the season from Bob Nightingale, so that means he'll probably be starting tomorrow, even though that's pretty much impossible. But I love it. Diet Coke for me, please. You guys, I really put that on the screen, I guess. I wasn't thinking. Dodgers go 800 from here on out. That's from Blue Magic. Kershaw probably not coming back. We got Pujols deserves another season. Hey, I'm open to it, and he's made it. I mean, there has been some talk behind the scenes that he does want to come back to L.A. He likes it here. It's clear that he likes it here, although he did look upset last night, didn't he? I mean, when that strike 3 call, a little under his knees, he really wanted that grand salami there, and he, for the first time, looked pissed in Dodger blue. I was saying that, hey, man, he looked like Albert Pujols looked like he needed a hug from Albert Pujols. But I don't think tonight was a home run. I mean, I was saying it for the show, and I just saw it. To me, that looked like it should have been a home run. It looked like it was as close as it could possibly get. Almost reminded of that Tapia one against the Rockies with Bellinger in the first right to start the season. But, yeah, damn right, I forgot about that hit flex for Bo Jackson. Yeah, man. I agree, Doug. What up, Jason, over on YouTube? We got tomorrow is a bullpen game from God Jupiter over on YouTube. DeAndre Ayton, imagine if the Dodgers had to face DeGrom in the wild card series. That would but imagine if the Mets had to face Walker Buehler. That would be my response to that because, hey, man, we've seen DeGrom is all world. There's no question about it. He's the most talented pitcher in the game. And, yeah, I mean, he's one of the – when he's on, he's virtually unhittable, but we've seen Walker Buehler in some big spots. Game 163 comes to mind when you're talking about getting into the postseason. So, look, if Walker Buehler's on the mound, he's ready to go. That's I have all the confidence in the world that he puts the Dodgers in a position to win that game. We got Deborah Young tomorrow. It's a bullpen game. Seager had the surgery. Is he the same player? Are you talking about just on the hand thing? I mean, that just rehabbed. And then, yeah, I mean, since the rotator cuff, I mean, we saw what he did last year in the postseason, back-to-back. Pollo is on a roll. If Mookie can hold up for another championship run, he can get all the time off he needs through the next year. That's a good question. I mean, that's a good point. There's no question about it. And this team, I think, is in win-now mode, obviously, when you trade for a guy like Max Scherzer, who's only under contract for the rest of the season. That is a good point, but hip injuries are just not something to mess with, and the last thing you want is for him to come back and be at 70% and be in a position where he has to miss most of next season. I mean, think about that. So, really, it's just all speculation at this point, but I'm just hoping we get some good news. I mean, sometimes you just don't know what to make of it, how the players are when they're out, but they're just hanging out. And you saw yesterday, Mookie looked like he was in good spirits. You saw that $365 million Mookie smile that he always flashes. So it didn't look like he was overly concerned about it, but it's just the soreness, and he was originally in that lineup, and he was scratched. So my hope is that it's a 10-day IL. They go, they rehab it, they find the best way to get him to where it's not achy, and he can go out there and he can compete. And if they have to play him at second base, that's something you also have to consider. Because if you do that, We know Trey Turner can play some outfield, but it'll be interesting to see what they'll do if that's the case. I'm hoping that they can get his hip well enough to where he can continue to play right field because he's a beast in right. We saw what he did last year in the postseason without Mookie's heroics as a right fielder last year. The Dodgers then won the World Series last year. So I love how Bickford is pitching. That's from Sermon King. Yeah, I mean, how could you not like Phil Bickford? The story of Phil Bickford is a really cool one. He's had his ups and downs, didn't really get the opportunities with the Giants or the Brewers that he's gotten with the Dodgers, and he's made the most of them. And you saw, I don't know about you guys, when he's on the mound, I'm chilling. I'm really feeling really good about life because he's going to get the job done. Tonight he goes an inning, had that one walk, but he did have the punch out, gave up the one hit. Not his best night, but you're still seeing him go out there and throw strikes. 16 pitches, 9 strikes, and he's really turned into one of the more dependable relievers for the Dodgers in a season where they've gone through so many different relievers, so many guys having to get called up. He's been one that's stuck, and you love to see it. But Vesia has won me over as of late. Yeah, SK over on YouTube, I agree with you 100%. Vesia has looked nasty. It's one thing to go out there and just be a guy, then get the job done. It's another thing to go out there and be a weapon. I think that Alex Vesia is a potential weapon, then go out there and just dominate. And you're seeing that he's able to do that, which is really cool. When he's going out there and he struggled early on. He struggled to throw strikes. That was the issue with Alex Vesia. He really struggled to throw strikes, but you're seeing yesterday he goes an inning and 2/3, gave the one hit, but he had the 4 punch-outs. I mean, the appearance before that, Saturday against the Angels, he goes an inning, had 3 punch-outs. He struck out the side. I mean, we're talking 7 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings. So that strikeout, his ability to go out there and just miss bats and shut guys down, I think it's very impressive to see what he's doing. He has that electricity to his fastball. It's not that it's 100 miles per hour, but he has that electricity to it, and that's the kind of stuff that plays up in the postseason. But Dodgers are stacked from Mark Flores. Fresh Dodgers team this is. Smash that thumbs up. My man Rusty Nail, appreciate you, my dude. Cody is back from Mitchell Miller. Yeah, is Cody back? Yes or no? Let me make sure I get that. A from Ari Swadlow. Dodger Gang, 10 out of 10. A, entertaining, real deal. This is about Trey Turner. Javier, a real deal. Trey been playing awesome. Trey Turner, epic. That's Diane Schroeder's one word to describe Trey Turner. JP, I'm not going to lie. If he signs to a long-term deal, he'll be my favorite Dodger, JP. I think that a lot of fans out there are feeling the same way. Like, man, this guy's really got it. He's just so fun to watch. It's one thing to be good, but he's entertaining to watch. He's lightning on the base pass, as a Bugatti on the base pass, and he just changed the game. I mean, you saw me that single barely got out of the outfield on Sunday, and he's able to score. He's Sonic the Hedgehog out there, man. Trey Turner experience word magic instant return on investments from Anthony Keene over on Periscope. Trey is electric from Damien. Jose, Mike M says over on YouTube says exhilarating. Sermon King, I love what Trey Turner brings to the table. Trey has been playing awesome. We got Adam over on Facebook. We got Deborah Young. Gotta love that slide yesterday. One word, epic. SK almost had a heart attack when Muncy took down Trey earlier tonight. John Vasquez, Dodger bats heating up, and that's a good sign and the right time for it. And that's even without Betts and JT. Yeah. Oh, we got God Jupiter, Trey Mendes. That is what I'm talking about. Get some love for that. Feeling you, God Jupiter. Corey looking nice returner. Ari Swerdlow. Cody going to be somewhere between 2020 Cody and 2019 Cody for his career. And I'll take that, Ari Swerdlow. I mean, I just want to see him be 265 with 30-plus bombs and elite defense. That's all I want. Can I get that? I'm excited to see this team fully. Trey Turner looks like a 12-year-old God Jupiter. I wondered what Trey could do when he left for the Nats. Now I know. It's from Leo ZZ Top over on Periscope. We need Mookie back from Mitchell Miller. Ari Swerdlow, Blue Heaven. Got a rose, Cody. Hey, man, they fix guys. That's what my man Mr. Clint Pasillas and Mr. Brooks Smith do. They fix guys. I'm telling you, man, these guys have powers. These guys have powers. Who should they fix next? Miles England, do you think that Uceta has a chance to make the postseason roster? I would say no. Miles England, based on the fact that inexperience and really, obviously anything can happen with injuries this year, but he probably won't be up there for it, that's for sure. But still a young guy, has really good potential as far as his changeup goes. I know he's got had a rough go of it at times, but he does flash at times. It was nice to see him go out there and get the job done tonight. And, he's still a very, very young pitcher. But tonight, Edwin Uceta, the tone setter, he goes 1 inning, gave up a hit, had 2 punch-outs. And the thing about Edwin Uceta, it's throwing strikes. Tonight, 18 pitches, 14 for a strike. So don't hit 3 for 5 on first pitch strikes as well. So think about Edwin Uceta, too. And also give David Price some love, too, those 4 innings pitched. So think about Edwin Uceta just continuing to develop, continuing to take this Dodgers elite pitching coaching staff and continuing to grow, and I think you're seeing it better, seeing him pitch a lot better out there. Pujols 5-year contract. To be honest, he can still fill that role at 45. Here we go. Pollock getting it done under the radar. Doom _Sal. You know that ump was wrong when Tio Albert is pissed. Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on, show some respect to the legend that is Mr. Albert Pujols. Here we go. Mets are not going to see a playoff game for another decade. Walker for Cy Young. That's from Kevin. Buehler deserves Cy Young this year from JJ. DeGrom might not be as hot when he comes back. That's true. We got, if we don't win the division, do you really think that Walker starts over Kershaw and Max? If we don't win the division, do you really think that? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's the ace of the staff. I mean, depending on how things shake up, it depends on how it's looking. A lot can change. If they're going to use them to try to fight off some teams that are, the Dodgers are in a pretty comfortable spot as far as being able to host that wild card game if that were the case, but I don't anticipate that. I think that they'll try to make it where it's Walker Buehler, but it all depends. And then depending on who it is, you burn a guy for that division series, which is not good too. So let's find a way to get in first place. I know it's going to be an uphill climb. You guys haven't given me any updates on the Giants game, which I'm assuming is bad news, because I'm sure if the Diamondbacks, who keep teasing us for some reason, we're making a run, I'd be hearing about it from you guys, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. But we got the GOAT, Phil Beckford. He was good tonight. I love Phil. Braves walk off the Reds. Dodgers going to throw the NL East in chaos. Yes. Giants up 6-2. Thank you very much. It's all about one's confidence level. I think the Giants win the division. That's probably, if you're going to bet on it, it would probably be a safer bet right now, of course, odds-wise. So, look, the Dodgers have to get into striking distance and cut it down to 2 games. Cut it down to 1 game, possibly heading into that 3-game series in September in San Francisco, because the Dodgers can go up there and they can beat this team in 3 games in San Francisco. We've seen it this season. We've seen the Dodgers go up there and have success. So, to me, I think what it comes down to is, can this Dodger team just cut into this lead? I'm telling you, this stretch is very, very critical for this Dodger team. And if I told you Sunday the Dodgers were going to take 2 straight from this Phillies team, based on what this East Coast bias media was trying to tell us about this Phillies team, you would take that. You would take that, and you would be very impressed by it. So the Dodgers going in there and winning convincingly tonight. Shout out to the rain delay. It's rain and winds up in Philadelphia. You would take that because, look, if you look at, they play the Phillies tomorrow at 10:05, and then they got the 3-game set against the Mets. You got Scherzer going. You're going to have Buehler going. So in 2 or 3 of those games, and then the Dodgers come home to play a 7-game homestand against the Pirates and the Mets before going to San Diego for a 3-game set. And then they got the Rockies at home for 3 and the Braves at home for 2. So that's what I'm saying. It's very critical to win these games, win this road trip, because I think the Padres haven't been impressive. We know it's going to be their World Series. We know that there could be parades involved if they are able to win that game. But I think that with Bellinger heating up, with Corey Seager heating up, if you can get Mookie Betts back sooner than later and continue to stay healthy, we need Joe Kelly back. If you look at this Giants schedule, they playing cupcakes this week. Don't make no mistake about it. They're playing cupcakes. And Hopefully we can get a baseball and they'll give us a cheap win as far as the Diamondbacks or the Rockies go. But if you look at the schedule for the Giants, tomorrow they start a 4-game set with the Rockies at home and then a 3-game set with the Mets. Dodgers are going to beat the crap out of the Mets, hopefully, and put them in a position where they're going to have to go really have to bring it against the Giants. And then I'm looking at this 6-game road trip for the Giants. 3 at Oakland, 3 at New York, 3 at the Braves, and then 2 at home against a very solid Milwaukee Brewers team. So the way the schedule lines up, I'm telling you, the Dodgers just continue to. We do a lot of scoreboard watching. I'm guilty of it myself, but that's a long series for the Giants. They have a 4-game series against that Brewers team, and then early September after that series, you play the Dodgers. So I'm telling you, man, just continue to win, continue to take care of your business, and this division race will handle itself. As you know, I like to look at the Michelada half full. There's no question about it. But Ray Barsimian, hey Doug, sup? Luis, the Diamondbacks will come back. Oh, we got DMAC_SD. How you doing, my man? My San Diego affiliate. Mets got a bargain on that Lindor contract. Hey, man, that could turn out to be one of the worst contracts in baseball history if he continues to struggle. So, yeah, I mean that's a rough one. That's a rough one so far, and I mean it's crazy too because you're talking about the Dodgers. That was the guy that was really in the mix for LA. Everyone thought about that. When you look at it from that way, to me, it's almost going to probably be like almost a Miguel Cabrera one. That'd be ideal at this point, where Miguel Cabrera still was solid with the Detroit Tigers, but wasn't the player they thought they were getting. Or even like a Prince Fielder, where he signed that big 9-year deal. But unfortunately, that one doesn't really count because Prince Fielder had that neck injury. But I'm just talking about some contracts that just didn't end well. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't root again. I mean, I'm rooting for I want Lindor to be a great player. I root for all the great players to be great in Major League Baseball, unless you're a Houston Trastro, right? I want guys to go out there and play at their best. I'm not like some hater who like hates on Fernando Tatis Jr. or anything like that. Like I want the great players in the game to shine, even if they're not on the Dodgers. As long as they're not the Dodgers. But DMAC_SD says petition for bullpen game in a potential wild card game. Yeah, DMAC_SD. We're gonna have Edwin. You said be the opener in that one, right? Thanks for the update. Giants up 6-2. That's from my man Ox 1947. Mike M. Trey would have reached that ball and stopped 2 runs. Good point. 6-2 Giants from Miles England. Giants will come up small in the postseason. That's from Rusty Nail. Yeah, I mean, I think their starters. If they had traded for Max Scherzer or a frontline impact starter, even Barrios has pitched well for the Toronto Blue Jays. If they had gotten a guy like that, I would have liked their chances. Gosman, DeSclafani haven't been the same guys. Alex Wood, once a Dodger, always a Dodger. He hooked it up yesterday by blowing that 5-run lead, and then Jake McGee walking in the D-back to tie things up late in that one. But yeah, I think look, they don't really have guys that are just going to put. They have some nice depth. They have 9 guys on their teams with double-digit home runs. You have guys like Chris Bryant who are very capable of going off. But yeah, I mean, to me, I'm still focused on the Dodgers. Really, I love the scoreboard watch. I love that this rivalry it's almost re-energized and reignited this Dodgers-Giants rivalry. I just kind of think that's great for baseball. But I do want to see a Dodgers-Giants postseason series, and this rivalry needs it. I think that you saw what happened in 2004 with the Yankees and Red Sox. It would benefit West Coast baseball, and I think it would, with all the media attention being the East Coast for some of these East Coast teams, I think it would really help Major League Baseball. My question to you is, would you want to see a Dodgers-Giants postseason series, and who would win? Let me know down below in the comment section. Ray Barsimian, we can't get discouraged because the Giants have been winning every time we win. I still believe the Dodgers will overcome the Giants and win the division. Okay, I like that. Dodgers Nation Roadshow for the series in SF. Anthony Keene. I've been talking to some peeps about that. We're seeing what we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up because we probably that's going to be that could be one of the series of the year. I'm not going to lie. I like that. I like the AT&T Park up there. and it's electric. And I think that in that series, we might have to work something out. I might have to work something out. Not a 3-game, said 3-game sweep. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. You think Belly is back? Rocky's been kind of hot though. Yeah, I mean, look, and they got Herman Marquez. Shout out to him helping out the fantasy team. Yeah, I'm still. I think the Rockies go out there and they play. The Diamondbacks are atrocious. Okay, the Diamondbacks are a bad excuse for a baseball team. I'd rather see the Savannah Bananas playing in the show versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. That organization is a train wreck. So yeah, I mean, they blew one tonight. Did you see Marte went off his glove? I mean, come on, man. D-Dog, you think Seager and Trey getting along? That's a good question, Eric Yala. I think they're professionals. Corey Seager is a consummate professional. He's a friendly guy. I think they definitely are. I mean, look, both East Coast dudes. I mean, Corey Seager, I don't know if Trey Turner was born in North Carolina. I'm going to have to check that one, but I know that Corey Seager was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, but I know that I think that Turner went to NC State, so they got the North Carolina connection. I think Trey Turner's from Florida somewhere, but yeah, keep balling, Dodgers. I'm predicting the Giants will collapse. They just don't have the horses down the stretch. That's from Leo ZZ Top. Both Dodgers and Phillies doing a bullpen game tomorrow, and Gabe Kapler is no Bruce Bochy either. It's a good point too. Is he going to be battle tested like that? Does he have that veteran managerial style that helps get it done in the postseason? Diane Schroeder, I heard Lux played third base in AAA today. What are they going to do with him when he comes back up to the big club? It's a great question, Diane Schroeder. I think really what it comes down to is how will this team look with the injuries? Will Justin Turner? Well, Justin Turner looks like he's going to be okay. He felt better today. What does it mean with Mookie Betts? Gavin Lux has never played third base in the show, so that would be quite the adjustment. I think that in a lot of different ways, Gavin Lux will be the odd man out this year with Trey Turner coming back. It's really interesting with I remember this is such a long season. I remember on this same show we were talking about Gavin Lux versus Zach McKinstry for second base at one point during this season. It looks like both of them will have a minimal impact when it comes to this season. But hey, still young players. Johnny Cueto hit the IL too. It's a great point. Anthony Keene, he's been solid for them. September call-up. I mean, I think Pepio is definitely going to be a dude you're going to see and you're going to get excited about. Lux should be a utility guy to spell infielders. Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to really be his role. If he's going to have, I mean, that will be his role. It'd be a utility guy. Unfortunately, he's really, I mean, he's terrible against lefties, but in going there, and we've seen him have his moments. I mean, youngest guy to hit a postseason home run for the Dodgers, right? So, I mean, that just, so that was really cool to see him do that against the Nationals. So look, I mean, I'm not giving up on him. So I think that we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But here we go. Dodgers in 6. Oh, it's for the Giants. So we win. Dodgers versus Giants NLCS. That's what I would want. I mean, that's what I would want is an NLCS. We're gonna have to see how that would work out. How that would work out. Kind of just depends because the best record. And yeah, Dodgers Giants postseason will be epic. Dodgers beat the Giants. George, truthfully, Giants are only in first because Jansen has blown it in key games where there's been a full game swing. Yeah, if you look at it, you could make that case. I mean, the way that Kenley Jansen saves in the second half to start after the second half really did cost the Dodgers. No question about that. And yeah, I mean, look, but at the same token, look, the Giants, they've lost some games too. You saw what happened in the Giants series. You saw, there's some games where, like McCullers was out of his mind when he shut out the Dodgers. But yeah, I think when it comes down to it, like I said, you just want to continue. You want to finish strong. You want to come and in the last part of the season really just come in and execute, and just whoever's in there start playing with a different intensity level and a different sense of urgency. And I think you're seeing that with this Dodger team. they're not freaking out that Mookie Betts isn't in there because they know they still have so much talent. And like I said, the big development is Cody Bellinger and Corey Seager heating up, and Trey Turner really just having a big impact on this team, and really the bullpen just really getting it done. And I have faith this team is going to make it very close. And like I said, cut it to 2 before the series against the Giants, and I like our chances to leapfrog them in the standings and win our 9th straight division title. But D-Mac, that last play yesterday from the D-backs is a perfect representation of their franchise. Just a couple of county boys. Carl Summer is the Dodgers Giants playoffs. Joe Buck and Ron Darling will be rooting for the Giants. Oh, of course. Video Kaplan. Do Dodgers extend Belly in the offseason or let him walk next year? I don't see an offseason extension for Bellinger happening. I think hopefully a preseason extension for Trey Turner happens. That's my hope. He was already with the Padres. Talking about Trey Turner, short time looks. Zach, where the heck is Z-Mac? Deborah Young. Yeah, I mean, just really, since he came back from injury, that oblique just hasn't been the same player as he was early in the year. But yeah, thanks for rocking with us, guys, here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. You guys bring it like you always do. We're going to get back in these comments a little more, but a couple of things. Be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. We're posting new vids every day, up-to-the-minute Dodgers news and rumors, hype videos, podcasts, interviews, and more. You're going to find it right over there at www.youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. If you want to get merched up, I mean, this is one of my favorites. This is my man Eddie, the real Me3, my Mookie LFG shirt. But, I mean, we've really stepped our game up as far as the T-shirts go. Be sure to get merched up. The Joe Kelly Mariachi is I mean, there's so much good stuff over there, and you don't want it to sell out by the time the postseason rolls around. But here we go. Dodgers-Giants rivalry goes back 85 years. Baseball gods are happy. Yes. Mic drop. True. Don't blame Jansen. The Dodgers have had their opportunities to get ahead of the Giants, but blew every opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can single one player out, whether it be Kenley Jansen. We saw in that big homestand the check swing. So, I mean, we saw in that series too. I mean, the Dodgers, yeah, they just couldn't get it done. I mean, you saw the that series. They were just like they had an opportunity to really make up some ground. They weren't able to do it, and yeah, I mean the offense going cold, guys not stepping up. But true and anemic bats. We got Sheldon Noyes. He's a franchise infielder, but no one wants to admit it from DMAC_SD. Oh man. But here we go. Let's where we got Giants scored again, 7-2 in the 8th. They're juicing. Anthony Kane. Doug, that is an awesome shirt. Yeah, man. Doug Hemmett out. Later, Blue Magic. We got David Price and Corey Knebel will be unsung heroes and X factors as contributors to our pitching staff and the success we will have in the postseason. That's another good point too about Corey Knebel coming back and having success. He's going to be a major X factor. I love morning games. Makes the hours go by fast at work from Don Kim. Yeah, will you guys be tuning in at 10:05? I think it's at 10:05 tomorrow. There'll be some good morning baseball for your Dodgers. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's a little change of pace. Sometimes, I do a lot of late night stuff with this gig, and it can be kind of tough. But 10:05 is all right. I mean, it's that 8 o'clock game that killed me in against the Nationals. That was just way too early. But absolutely, David Price had both. Is it just me or did the Giants play no one but the Rockies and Diamondbacks? So it feels like it does. It feels like we're looking at the standings. They're not playing formidable opponents. But how about that hit by Price? It was great, Deborah Young. And it was big, too, because it gave the Dodgers an extra run in that inning and his first extra base hit in his career. But how about this Dodgers bullpen? Yesterday, 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 9 punch-outs, 3 walks today. 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 8 punch-outs. So what you can't say no about this Dodger pen. Guy just stepping up. Trinan has been phenomenal. Bigford has been phenomenal. Blake, Brusdar, Gratterall has really found it. But thanks, guys, for rocking with us. A couple more takes here. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Give me your final Dodger takes here, and we'll head out. Give me some of those fire Dodger takes. The hotter the better here to round things out here. But, hey, it's always a happy show. Dodgers getting that win tonight, keeping pace with the San Francisco Giants. The Dodgers just look great from Leo ZZ Top. Tom Dolan Bauer isn't ever going to pitch in MLB again. His lawyers, I have no idea. I don't know what's going to that. Dodgers sweep. Yeah, before we head out, do the Dodgers win tomorrow? And give me a score prediction. I think Trey Turner hits his first bomb. And I think that Dodgers win. Did they announce? I think the Dodgers win. I'm gonna go 6. I'm gonna go 6-4. I think 6-4 tomorrow. 6-2 Dodgers from Jose Rod. 7-3 from Zachariah Yeager. Sweep 4-3 from Mike M. You the man. Right back at you, Daniel Lawrence. Thanks for rocking with us. Dodgers 5-1. Dodgers win tomorrow 5-2. I think I said 6-4, right? That'd be a little scary, wouldn't it? 6-4 game. Christopher Castillo 3-0. Dodgers 9-2 from Fletcher. Dodgers 22 Phils for Leo ZZ Top. If that happens, I'm going to come find you, give you your props. Dooms_Sal 9-1 Dodgers. Sweeping the Phillies tomorrow. Dodgers win 4-1. Jimmy Simpson. Giants just played the Astros and Brewers and beat both teams 2-3 like the Dodgers did. Both teams rolled over. Not sure why good teams can't beat San Francisco. They're a tough team to beat, man. I watched the whole Brewers series, but JJ 5-1, 6-1. Daniel Pena. Belly hits another bomb tomorrow from Daniel Lawrence. Love you back at you, Donnie. Trey hits for a cycle, and Dodgers win 9-3, 10-2 Dodgers. William Bloxon. Dodgers 6-2 from Diane Schroeder. Pound for pound, Dodgers 6-2. Belly hits 3 bombs tomorrow. Jake Mitchell, you're gonna get one of these for bringing the good vibes. There we go. Retired and listening anytime, day or night, singing "Let's Go Dodgers." Sweep the Phillies from Jeff Lane. Dodgers sweep 5-1. 19-inning game tomorrow. Oh my goodness, Hugh, I don't think I could take that. But 24-2 Dodgers from Mark. D-Mac hits it out tomorrow. Hey, man, I'm swinging for the fence as always. Pollock goes 4-for-4 from Doom_Sal. But thanks, guys, as always, for rocking with us. My man AJ goes yard from Deborah Young. Thanks for rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. LA gets the win. And be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Mark Flores is bringing out the broomsticks. 9 to LA from Mike Davis. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. You can follow me on 8-0 Craig Osterberg. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks, Brad. Back at you, Anthony Keene. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, head over to DodgersNation.com. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodgers baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis score. Will Smith. This is what an ace looks like.
And tagged out is Riley, a double play.
Dodgers have won it all.